last few decades, we've seen many different groups become interested in environmental issues. But the world's religions, the spiritual groups, have been slow, frankly, to jump on that bandwagon. But in the last few years, they have begun to really become involved. And what excites me about this is that they can be such a tremendous force for change that it could accelerate the move toward a sustainable world dramatically. Religions bring many different tools to the table, tools that we often don't find in secular society. Things like the use of ritual, for example, can be very, very powerful. And we've seen that applied to environmental issues in Thailand by Buddhist monks. Thailand is a country where only 17% of the original forested area remains today. Deforestation has been rampant there. And Buddhist monks there have been very active in trying to preserve the forest. They went into a particular village that had had many sort of secular conservation attempts for the local forest. Those had not been successful, so the Buddhist monks went in and said, you know, we're going to try a different approach. We're going to take the largest tree in this forest and we're going to ordain it as if it were a Buddhist monk. And in that way, they changed in people's minds the character of that forest. It became a sacred area, not just so many board feet of timber to use as an economic resource. And it's been very successful where previous secular attempts had not been. The ecumenical patriarch, who is the head of all the Orthodox Christians in the world, 250 million Orthodox, has used his moral authority, another religious tool, to call attention to the need for environmental protection. He's particularly interested in water, so he organized sailing seminars. And what he does is invites political leaders, journalists, religious leaders, scientists, to come and talk about the particular environmental problems on that body of water. It's a wonderful idea because he has a captive audience. One of the areas that I think religion has a lot to help us with in terms of sustainability is the whole question of consumption. The world's religions across the board have for thousands of years taught that we need to be very careful about our relationship with the material world, that we not become too attached to it. So on no issue in the sustainability panorama could religions be more helpful than on this issue. And on no issue do environmentalists need more help, because consumption has become an addiction, it seems to me. And yet, many religions today are virtually silent on this issue. If religions are not addressing the sustainability crisis, probably the greatest challenge we face today, then those religions themselves are increasingly irrelevant. Religions at their best can add value to the sustainability movement.